The purpose of this screencast is to introduce you to the navigation structure of Canvas. There are 6 main sections in a Canvas course. The first is the course navigation area. This will appear in every screen. The second is the global navigation area, which is, as it sounds, it is a global feature that contains everything in your Canvas account. The third area is the Breadcrumb Navigation. This is going to be in a specific course that will take you back step by step to where you've been. The area in the center of the screen will be the content area. On the right hand side you will have the sidebar area, and up in the upper right hand side this will be your help corner and your conversation area. Let's go ahead and get started. First of all, on the help area, this is where you're going to set your conversation information up. This is where you're going to set your profile up. Under the settings button, we'll bring a new screen up. On the left hand side you will have a different set of buttons. The home button will take you back to the home page. The profile button will allow you to see your profile. If you need to edit your profile, you will click the edit button. You can put in ways to contact, a little bit about your biography, and any links you would like to share. The notifications area allows you to determine how you want to receive notifications from the course. As you can see, you've got course activities, discussions, communications, things like this. You have several different ways to get this information to you from Canvas. Course activities, you've got email, cell numbers, and a Twitter account or any other social media that you have set up. Under each category, for due date, you will come under email, and you can set it up to notify right away, send summaries daily, or send summaries weekly, or not at all. You can do that with any of the ways that you have set up to communicate with you and to notify you. Just scroll down, and in each section do what you want. Notify right away, daily summary, weekly summary, or not at all. This is a good way to keep up with, especially if you've got people who are scheduling appointments with you, if you're in a discussion, if you've got things that need to be graded, if you've got alerts from the administration. You can use this. Set this up at the beginning when you start getting into your course. That way everything's set up and good to go. Files, you are allowed to have 50 megs of individual private files in your Canvas account. This can be profile images, this can be resume, this can be PowerPoint presentations that you can access anytime through the web. The way you can put contact or your content information up here is either by adding files, by uploading a zip folder, and it will then export it to that particular folder, or you can use drag and drop methods to put this into the information and into the folder. Back to the settings, which is where we started. On the right hand side you can see you've got a place, ways to contact. You can add additional emails, you can add additional contact methods, you can have cell phones, multiple cell phones. If you click on edit settings, you will then be able to go in, change your name, change your language, what your time zone is, and then use web services, which web services you would like to be able to get notifications on. Things like Twitter and Facebook, that is going to come as a private message. It's not going to come out as a message for everybody that can see it. The ePortfolio is a place where you can create an ePortfolio. You can have your resume there, you can have different presentations you've made, conferences you've been to, information that you can then share with anybody that needs to. We'll go into creating an ePortfolio in another video. The last thing we want to look at is the inbox. The inbox is your communication center. As you can see, you've got a place to look at any messages you have. You can create new messages. You've got to be careful here because when you create who you're sending this to, this is similar to your email, but as you start putting in names or something, it will create and pop a pop-up list. In the pop-up list, I can go to whoever's in this creating a social media network. If I click on it, it's going to send it to everybody in that group. If I want to send it to the teacher, I can simply click it in and add the teacher, and there it is. So you want to be very careful with that. You can then come back and clear that, because if you're not careful, you may send stuff to the wrong person. Messages, you can type your message in, you can attach a file, or you can record a file. When you record your message, it can be a video or an audio. All of your messages will show up over here. So they will have an archive of all communications you have with students, teachers, and parents if they are having access to your course. The Logout button allows you to log out of Canvas. The Help button will bring up a pop-up window which will give you the ability to search guides, report a problem, or request a feature. Very simple, straightforward, nothing fancy there. Now we've gone through the Help corner. Let's talk for a minute about the global navigation. As you see, this is going to be at the top of every page. The Courses button has a drop down that contains all of the programs that you are in as an instructor or as a student or a designer or an administrator. You can customize this. You can have a maximum of 12 courses in the drop down list. However, you can click on View All Contents and it will show you everything that you are taking. If you've got 30 courses, it will show all 30 courses and you can access it from there. You can customize which courses appear by simply going in and clicking on the list. So if I wanted to do these three, these will be the only three that show up now. Although I can click on View All Courses and it will show me what all courses I have. The next global navigation button is Assignments. Assignments, if you click on this, will show you all of your assignments that are due either as an instructor or as a student. So here are all the assignments you can do, and you can click on the assignment and it will take you to that particular assignment. As you can see, it is color coded, so the assignments are from the different things. If I just want to see the stuff from migrating to Canvas, I can click on this and it will just show me the assignments in that course. Let's go back to the best practices. The next global button that we're going to talk about is going to be the Grades button. The Grades button is very simple. It will, when you click on this, this will show you courses that you are teaching, and if you have any grades that you've got to do or you need to grade, some content you need to grade, it'll be right here. If you're a student, it will show you your grades right here as well. The calendar feature in the global navigation is also going to be located in some other features as well. The calendar will allow you to do several things from one location. Number one, if you've got a Google Calendar, if you've got a Google account, you can set your calendar here so you can have one calendar to look at your personal information as well as look at any content that you've got on different courses. What you can also do here is you can click on a date, and if I want to add an event is just maybe you're going to have a webinar on a particular day, or they need to have a form turned in on a particular day, you can select the event, put the title, when it's due, and you can choose which calendar that it needs to be assigned to. Only the accounts, the programs, the courses that are active and have been published will appear here that you can link into. You can also create a blank assignment shell. If you say, okay, while I'm thinking about this today, I need to go ahead and put a quiz for a specific date at a specific time, I can do that right here. Choose the date, again choose the calendar that it's going to go in, which course it's going to go in, and then which group of assignments I want it to go in. When I do that, it will show up in the calendar, but it will also show up in the assignments for that particular course, and I can just go back and complete that shell. Breadcrumbs, the Breadcrumb Navigation system is just a way to easily backtrack and get where you are. As you can see right now, the page we're on is the syllabus, so it says Best Practices Syllabus. As I click a link, now it's going to come up and show me where I am now. I'm on the front page in Pages in Best Practices. So at any point I can go in and look at something, and it will show me where I am. If I want to go back to the previous page, I can do that. If I want to go back to the home page, I can click it that way. This way you're never really lost. It's very simple to go back and find where you are. The next area we want to talk about is the sidebar here on the right hand side. In the sidebar there are dynamically changed, the content is dynamically changed to show you where you are depending on which feature you have chosen on the left hand side. In the home page you will see the course setup checklist. This is if you are trying to import content, you can do that. If you need to add course assignments, you can do that. It just takes you through all the process of what you need to do to get your Canvas course ready to go. The Edit Syllabus Description allows you to come in and change this content if you are using the Syllabus and Assignments homepage feature, which we'll talk about a little bit later. The calendar, again, this is going to bring us back to whatever calendar we need to do. We can simply click on that. If there's any assignments due, we can see what's due. Also have a to-do list down here that will be visible as we continue on. The content area is right here. The content area is basically where you're going to see any information that you have created for your course. On the front page you do have the option of changing your home page layout and determining what's going to be the first thing your people see. There's a drop down where you can use the recent activity dashboard. You've seen that when you initially log into Canvas. You can have a blank page that you can create content on yourself. You can use the course module sections, which I would advise not using, simply because that would give all of your information away and your students can see what's coming up in the year ahead, and you may not want that. The assignment list, this is anytime you create an assignment, it will automatically be added to the list. Then they can link on anything, and again, I wouldn't just do the assignment list because then they don't have any way to navigate the course. Or the assessment of the assignment with syllabus, which is the one I use. You don't have to use a syllabus. I use it as a combination between a page I designed myself, which has an entry page into every module, and also links the assignments at the bottom. All you have to do is click Update Layout. The rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the course navigation system. We have 15 different links over here. Let me close this at the bottom. We have 15 different links over here. You will not need all of these links. You can remove these links, and I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. But you cannot add additional links here. In your previous learning management system, you may have been able to. That's not the case here. The home page just takes you to the home page right here. The announcements link, very straightforward. It's an announcements page. To make an announcement, you simply click the button, put a title. Again, rich text editor. You can go in and cut and paste from Word, which I would recommend doing. You can do your formatting in Word. You can do your spell check in Word. There is no spell check feature in Canvas at this time. So do your stuff in Word, cut and paste it here. You can insert videos that you can upload or that you can record yourself. You can do pictures. You can search for free content, put an attachment here, link to something that is in your course content area, in your files area already on Canvas, and then you can put this up. Very straightforward, and if you have any questions we can talk about that at a later date. The discussions button, again, it's the discussion forum. You've used these before, very simple to use. Start now. Once you do that, put a topic, put your content in. Again, you can create it inside Canvas. You can create your content in Word and format it and spell check it and bring it in here. Cut and paste works great. You can still do your media, audio, video. You can put pictures up here. You can search for things off the web. You can do attachments. You can set different options here. Threaded the threaded replies, delay posting, make them see different things. And again, you can come over here and find different pages or images or content that you've got and put a link in here. Save it and it goes up. One good thing about this is at the end of a semester you will be able to go in and you can delete just the things that you want to go and get rid of so that next semester it's ready to go. The assignments button is, again, very straightforward. Assignments are any graded content. That can be a quiz, it can be a graded or non-graded quiz, it can be a graded or non-graded survey, it can be a discussion forum, whatever you're doing, but an assignment is a grade. In previous learning management systems you may have thought of it as an assessment, but in Canvas you will think of it as an assignment. You will see on this page it's got a place to weight final grades based on assignment groups. This is a very key feature. You can add different assignment groups. If you were doing assignments for daily pop tests, midterm semester, midterm finals, a final class, you've got a term paper, different things, you want to go ahead and have a different group for each one of those. To add an assignment group, you simply click on the Add Assignment Group. Put in, let's actually make this final exam. We hit enter, and now we've got a place for our final exam. If I want to add in a group for daily quizzes, I can do that. Now I've started to get these based on what I do. So if I did the weight on these different ones, I could say my daily quizzes are a third, my assignments, let's make our final exam worth 50% of our grade. And let's make this 25% and make our assignments 25%. And now we can see that these are weighted in such a manner that all the content in here is worth 25% of the final grade. To create an assignment, you've got two ways. You are actually more than that, but in this instance we'll show you the two ways you can add an assignment to and choose a specific group, or you can simply go to that group and do add and do daily quiz, what date it's due, and the number of points. We're just creating a blank shell. Then you can go back in. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Once I've created the blank shell, I can go back in and actually create the assignment. But this way I can build basically an outline of what quizzes I need to do. I can then edit this. Again, we're using the rich text editor that we've seen before. Create everything that we need right here. We can change the points, the due date. We can choose what kind of what assignment group that it's going into. We can do the extra information. We can say grading is on points, percentage, complete, incomplete, letter grade or not graded. The submission type, we can actually go in and do our online or on paper. If we do online, we can allow different things. We can allow a website, we can allow media, we can allow files to upload, but we can restrict what file type it can be. It can be DOC, DOCX, PPT, PPTX, anything we want, PDF. Those would be the only type documents that we could actually let them then upload. We can do this for everybody. We can choose a group. We can have variable due dates, whatever we need to do right here. When we update the assignment, it's taken care of. And any changes would also be made in the assignments category. As you can see, I'm going to the breadcrumb trail, and I can find this right here. Again, to add something, you simply go and click on the plus sign in that particular category. Grades replaces grade book. What you simply do here is you go and look at the different users. You can see what their grades are, and again you can see we've got the daily quiz. It's got a little icon right here that tells you there's no points possible and cannot be included in the grade book. But again, you can go simply click on this, go to the assignments, edit it, give it 10 points, I update my assignment, and now when I go to the grade book, you will see that it has a potential of 10 points. And everything is right here. To grade this, I can simply go here and give them 10 points, or I can go into this area, look at the speed grader, and we'll go into that a little bit later and see what we've got. As you can see now, we've got daily quizzes is 25% of my grade. This is 50% of my grade, and my total right now is 0. So if I actually went in here and did 10, you will see that it will reflect this is 100%, so right now my grade is 100%. Really simple, quick to use. You can simply go in here and download your scores, upload scores. You can download assignments. You can do anything you need to, just like you could in previous learning management systems. The people category is going to allow you as a teacher to click on the individual person, look at them, and see what their information is. You can access reports for that person, see what pages they've accessed, when they've accessed it, what they've done with it. You can also go in and look at the interactions between yourself and your students and other teachers, whoever you're communicating with. Again, you can message a student from right here, do anything you want. Very, very good information and good things that you can use, good features that you can use in Canvas. Again, you can see the courses that they're enrolled in. You can limit the users to see only certain things. You can change your privileges, things like that. Pages. This button is where you will actually be creating your content. In your previous learning management system, you would have a place where you could go and build content. And under build content, you could say, let's put a file in, let's put one you've got to download, let's do a video, let's do an audio, let's do a picture. A lot of things that you would create different content items for. Here, all we do is create a single page. Once I create this page, I can go over in my rich text editor. I can put in text. If I want to go in and link it to a file that I have in my content area already, I can go and click that, and now it will appear in my page. If I want to add an image, I can simply find an image that I've got and bring it in to the page. If I want to link to a page, I can do that, or into an assignment or a quiz. Everything is done in one page. I can hide this page from the student until I'm ready for them to use it. I can notify users when the content has been changed. I save the pages. When I come up, because I've got my PDF in Canvas, I can come right here, click on this preview icon, and it will show your Word document or PDF file right inside your Canvas course. So you don't have to worry about having anything right there. You can go full screen with that. You can print it. You can download it. You can scroll through it. You can make it like a book. You can do it as a slide. So there's lots of different things you can do with that. Again, once you've created the page, you've got all of your content on that. If I want to look at the picture, I've got a picture. If I want to look at this somewhere else, if I want to link to a page, it's there. All of this replaces those individual create a file, create a video, create this, create that inside your previous LMS. You can look at the page history, and this will tell you what was done when. So if you wanted to go back and look at a previous rendition of the page from 3 days ago, maybe you've made a change and you don't want to make that change, you simply click back on it and it will bring it back up. To edit additional pages, you can simply click on the ones that are recent changed. You can click on the common pages, or you can click show all and find the particular page that you want to use. Click on that and then click edit this page. To delete the page, you will simply click delete the page. Now this is important to remember, because in Canvas all pages are going to show up. So if you don't want students to find pages you were working on, didn't get done with, or things you had changed, delete that page so it does not show up in your page list. Files, very, very simple. You'll like this a lot. In Canvas, you are allowed 250 megs of storage capacity for your course. We're probably going to knock it up to 500. Again, lots of different things you can do. Very simple to do. You can add files by simply clicking here and adding one file at a time. If I wanted to bring this one in, I would simply click on it and it's going to upload the one file and it's going to show up here. If I want to, I can upload compressed folders like this and it will unzip that into the particular folder that you're in. Or you can simply click on the folder right here and you can drag things over. Let's find a small one. Here's a small one. I can drag and drop this into Canvas and it will upload it. So 3 different ways you can do this. You can also create a structure here if you want to put for your course. You might have PDF files, Word documents, PowerPoint, videos, images, audio files. You can create a structure so that you can find where things are when you need them. The syllabus button, we're not really going to worry about too much, simply because you're not going to use a syllabus per se. If you want to, that's fine. What we are using the syllabus function for is to create our landing page, our home page. You can go in and put a picture, welcome to my class. You can put any information about it right there. And then what I do is I just create a little link over here to a page that is a list of the modules and gives you an entry point into a specific module. We'll get into modules in just a few minutes. The outcomes button, this is something we will be working on later. This is going to be your Common Core standards and creating outcomes for your classes, standards-based results. You can also create rubrics that are used in grading. We're not going to touch on that right now. Quizzes. This button is going to allow you to create quizzes. Now you've got 2 things. You've got question banks and you've got create a new quiz. Your question bank is going to have to be added individually, but you can create different questions and then pull from those at any point in time. To create a new quiz, you simply create a new quiz. We'll ask you for the name of the quiz. We can put our instructions in here. We can choose what type of quiz it is. We can determine which assignment group it goes into. We can choose our options. We can say shuffle answers. We can put a time limit, allow multiple attempts. Let students see this. The restrict this quiz button, you can either require them to have an access code or you can filter it by your IP addresses. You can show questions one at a time, or you can do multiple questions. You can lock the answers after they've seen it. Again, you've got variable due dates that you can put in here. This is just setting up your quiz. When you get ready to begin actually putting your questions in, you go to questions, and again, you've got new question. The question type, multiple choice, true, false. You've got several different ones, very, very self-explanatory, just like you've used before. You do have to put the number of points in it. It defaults to 1 point per question. I do not know if you can actually do more points or not. I've got a request in for that information. Your question can go here. Again, you can add video, audio, images, any kind of text you'd like. Your answers are here. This is going to be the comment when they take the quiz and get the answers. So I'm going to make this true or false, and the answer is true. And for false, I'm going to say okay. Now I update my question, and there's my question. I repeat this procedure all the way through. If I'd like to edit a question, I click on that particular question, I click on the pencil icon, that's where you edit. To delete it, I click on the delete button right here. Now you'll see something called question group. What this allows you to do is create a group of questions. When you create that, if you've got 10 questions, you've got to have it pick a specific number of questions. If you want to choose 5 questions out of that, you will do 5. It will then go through and randomly select 5 questions out of that group of 10. It will put them in a random order. Might not be exactly what you're looking for at this point, so I would stay away from groups and just stick with questions. Once I've got my questions in, I save. Once I have saved it, I have to actually publish this. As you can see up here, the quiz is unpublished. Only teachers can see it until it is published. I publish it, and now it's ready to go. Now if I click on quizzes, I will see assignment quizzes. I can have daily quizzes, anything I want right here. I can edit from here. I can create new quizzes. Modules is the key to Canvas. Modules are containers where you put your content. Modules replaces folders from your previous learning management system. To create a module, you simply click on the Create a Module button, give it a name. I can lock this module until a specific date. I can set prerequisites to this. For them to get this, they must have completed this particular thing, and I have it where students have to go through requirements in sequential order. I now add this, and it comes in at the bottom. As you can see, it's locked until May 31st, and the prerequisite to see this module is they have to have completed files. To put content into a module, you simply come over, click on the gear icon, and do Add Content. If you already have content that is created, I've got a content page, migration notes, I'm going to add that. This is ready to go. If I want to create a page that I need to add content to, I simply do Add Content, Content Page, New Page, and I add the item. As I do this, now you can see my new page is put in here. Now this is just a blank shell. There's nothing in this. I click on this now, and it brings me to my page editor. I edit the page. Now I can put the content in just like we did prior to that. So there are multiple ways to create pages inside Canvas. Again, with modules, you can add content, remove content. One thing to keep in mind, I've created this new page. If I decide I don't want it in that module, I simply go here and remove it from the module. However, that does not remove it from Canvas. You have to go back into the page editor and remove it there as well. Modules, it's very simple. As you can see here, I've got it where I've got technical notes, and I have it go back to the front page. This sends it back to an entry point. Every one of these is an entry point. In your previous learning management system, you had a place over here for technical notes and design notes and different things. Here we've got a front page that then sends us into this module. When we finish this module, it sends us back to the front page. Each one of these modules can also have items that you have to complete before you can complete the module. Right here, the requirement to modules complete when they have gone through and viewed the item. So now you see they must view this page, and so forth and so on. So these are some of the things that you can do in this content in the course module. I think you'll find this very easy to use and very helpful, because now you can break your content into topics and subjects but it's all going to be here and you don't have to show it all at one time. Conferences is something you probably will not be working with a lot right now, but what you can do, this is your webinar. To create a conference, you simply make a new conference, give it a name, give it a duration, give it a description, and then you can either invite all of your course members or you can go through and hand pick which ones you want to do it. You then create the conference and it's good to go. Collaborations is another feature you probably will not use right away. This is going to be groups for students to do group work with. To use collaboration, you're either going to use Etherpad or you're going to use Google Docs. What you can do then is take your different people and move them to different groups so they can work on a project together. One of the key features that you're going to need to work on is the settings. This button is what's going to help you manage and maintain your class. When you click settings, you see the sidebar has changed. We have a thing called student view. We've got course statistics, your calendar, conclude the course, permanently delete, copy the course, import content, export content, or reset course content. Some of these buttons you'll never touch. Student view, you actually click in and see what the student sees when they look at your course. Course statistics, this is going to show you what your totals are as far as discussions and assignments. The assignments are what type, what your students have done, and how much file storage you have left. The course calendar just shows you your course calendar. Conclude the course. This is something that we may use at the end of your course. Rather than deleting it, you will simply conclude it, and in the records then it will reflect that. Do not touch permanently delete this course. If you click permanently delete this course, it is as it sounds. It will be permanently deleted. If you want to copy this course, if you are using another course and you want to copy this to it, you can simply copy this course and it will move it over. If you are using a sandbox to perfect your course before you move it into our live production server, this is where you would import your content from your sandbox site. If you're using the sandbox and you've perfected your course, this is what you click to export your course, and it just asks you what files you want to put, just like you went through the export with your previous learning management system. Reset the course content. This is another no-no. If you push this button, it will take out all of your course content. The shell will still be there, but it will reset it back to where it was when you first got it. Don't want to mess with that. The sections tab, well, let's go back over here to the course details first. You can edit your course details, change the name. We're not sure if we're going to let you change the names yet, but you might be able to. Set when your classes start, when it ends, your default language. You can have a grading scheme if you'd like. You can simply set your grading scheme by going here and picking which one that you want to do, or you can find some additional grading schemes. As you can see here, we've got some different grading schemes that you can add to. Back in the edit area, you can go in and have some additional options. You can make this private, you can make it Creative Commons license, you can make it public domain, things like that. We're not going to worry about that really. We just, in case we can set your time when you start your course, when you end your course. The sections tab, again, if you are teaching multiple classes, if you've got 6 different periods of your particular online class, you can add different sections and then move students into that. We will work with you from MDE Tech Support to make sure this happens. Your users, you can see all of your users and get information from here. This next tab is very, very important. This is the navigation tab. This is going to tell you what tabs your students can see over here. The default is all 15 links are listed up here. If I don't want my student to see something, I simply drag it down right here, drag items to hide from students. I can move it back up then. I can rearrange how this does. Now to see what this actually looks like, we're going to go into the student view for just 1 second. As you can see, they should only see these 3 buttons. You as the instructor see all 15. The student is only going to see 3. And we don't have anything on announcements, so it's not going to show the announcements yet. This way you don't have to worry about students going in and seeing different things. As you can see at the very bottom, it does tell you you are logged into Student View. Back in the Settings button, you can, again, under Navigation, move these things up where you need to and how you need to. The last feature you're going to talk about is the External Tools. What this does, this has a list of tools that you can go out, and they're building blocks, and you can use them to create additional features in your rich text editor. Very simple to do. We'll get more into that in further classes. So at this point, you have now gone through the entire Canvas navigation system. Again, in future classes, we will talk to you about how to go in and create different front pages and all. This is just to get you started. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and I hope this has been beneficial for you.